We doing some milling today? Just an old water bottle hooked up with some old water irrigation for hanging baskets, and then it drips down onto the chain there just to give extra lubrication. Seems to be working, but the oil it's pretty cold this morning, so it doesn't flow as well. So we'll pack up the rest of our stuff here. Pencil, chalk line, tape measure, extra battery, screws for the drill. Well, we're going up to the top ridge here. Back up on the high side here, keeping things so we don't get in trouble. She is wet though, here. There's these logs. I'm gonna mill these ones. Start with the big dog up there. Work our way down. Oh, I forgot the big peavy. But I might mill that where that is. I think we're safe there. Yeah, I'll mill it where it is. I was gonna roll it. I was gonna roll it onto those little logs there, but I think the way it is, it looks pretty good. Yeah, let's do it. That's better. I got gravity to take me out of here if I really am in trouble. So this is nice big hemlock. That's about a 2-foot diameter. About 2.5 feet, give or take. Backing onto a really steep hillside here. It's quite beautiful in here. So let's just see. So I want to get two ladders on here because it's too long for 2 ladders, and get some cut the top off all these. And the long one here too is 18-footer. This is a 12-footer. Yeah, a little awkward on this one. Maybe we'll have to roll it. What a frustrating thing. It's got a little bit of a nub on it, eh? A little bit of a... But I don't know if I can roll that puppy. That's a big beast. Have to go down and get the other option is, let's try this longer one here maybe. Let's try this one. Let's do the big dog first. Okay, I'm gonna interject here. I'm just sitting in my lazy chair watching this. I'm not gonna edit this part because I want the viewers to see how long of a process this takes to level out both ladders. So this might be a little bit on the boring side, but sometimes these are the parts that people like to see, where it's the picky parts of lining this up and get the ladder as straight as possible. So give it a give it a go, fast forward if you need to, but you can watch the whole process from start to finish of this one ladder setup. Little about loving. Something like there. How does she look straight down her? Has to come up with that other end, eh? Yeah, she goes down. Because that end is off. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do this. I think something like this. Little bit of finicky, little finicky. But once we get this one, it's all downhill from there. Gotta be picky in the beginning. That's a little better. Still have to go up a bit. Let's hammer it in and see how she looks. And just going to interject again, just for those watching, if you're doing this, I don't sink the screws in really hard at all, like hard enough to hold it, but I don't squeeze it right down, otherwise it warps the ladder and warps the cut. Way down yonder on the Chattahoochee. It's actually not too bad if you look. If you look along here, it's not too bad. But I have to screw that other end in yet, so I have to take some pieces, I think. And little wedges here. Keep this one going down. So here I'm just using leftover pieces on the ground, wedges, and it's kind of a little bit of an art and a science to get this to line up. So you kind of use a little bit of judgment, a little bit of measurement, and get the ladders as straight as physically possible. And then you'll see I do a bunch of wedging under the sides of the ladders to keep it from tilting side to side with the weight of the saw. Oh, these are small ones. I got some big ones here. Okay. Little wedgie action. And just to reiterate, this is fairly finicky, but I just use all the branches and leftover cut materials that are around to wedge underneath the sides of the ladder. Because the ladder is flat and the log is curved, you're just kind of building up the sides of the ladder, wedging things under there to not deform the ladder, but to hold it tight. And you can kind of tell once you get a good piece in there, you just feel the ladder and everything is stable. Because if you don't, when you cut that first cut, you'll have it'll be wavering. You'll have a wavering top cut, and then you'll never get that out of it. So this is an important process. It just takes time, patience, trial and error, brute force, all the fun stuff. Do some more of that. Need a little bit more on this side here. Not bad though. Pretty strong. There's a lot of torque on this thing. A little bit in here yet. A little bigger piece in there. Pretty darn good. We're out in the middle of the woods with two ladders. I can see we're in good shape. So now I think we'll clean up the mess. Give us a nice working area around here. Although I do kind of like this for protection from the rain. I'm just going to cut a little bit off, like a little haircut, so it's not in my eyes. The saw should go on there, no troubles. There's no thing impeding it. Yeah, I think we're in okay shape. Let's do this thing. So let's clean it up. just making a little raised part to throw the cut wood onto. So just to explain what I've been doing here, I've started the initial cut with the Alaskan mill. I usually go in about a foot. And then here I'm putting on the winch, which I attached a old boat winch to the top of the Alaskan mill. And then I'm going to pull that and attach it to a screw or a nail that I've put into the back end. Sometimes if I can get the vehicle close enough, I'll attach it to the vehicle so I don't have to attach it to the wood. And then also when I come back, I will get the oiler, the extra oiler going with my water bottle on the side going. And then I'm going to the truck right now just to get the wedges. And as I cut it, I just put some falling wedges in the side, usually 2 on the back end where I start. Then I'll put 2 more down the sides as I go along, just so the weight of the beam or the piece that I'm cutting doesn't squish the saw too much. So that's what I'm coming back with now is the wedges. And then as I get this playing, I'll zoom in a little bit on it, and then I'll kind of fast forward through the process because it's pretty monotonous from start to finish. But in total, it doesn't take too long to cut this with the big saw. Less than 5 minutes to cut it. And this is an 18-foot log. So as I'm making this video, I am going to leave this to be just regular time. I'm not going to fast forward this because it's just good to see the process, I think. And then you can fast forward it yourself on your own device. But I think if I fast forward this, you need to hear all the ins and outs of the saws and hear certain things, and because people you clip things and you keep the best parts and you don't show the worst parts or the weird parts. And the weird parts are what people are looking for sometimes is, the struggles that a person has, or the weird saw sounds, or, oh, he stalled it, or whatever. There's so many things that can go wrong, and sometimes you need to see the whole process. So anyway, and you can see I thought at first there was smoke coming out of that side there, and I was worried that the saw was heating, but it was such a cold morning that little bit of heat generated that steam coming out of the side. So don't worry about that. I was worried about that at first too. I thought the saw blade was overheating, but that's just steam coming out. So anyway, watch this process. I'll play it all the way too. I'm gonna let it go unless there's any goofy parts that I need to really fast forward through. But I'm just gonna let it play from start to finish right until I reveal and lift off the log. Just to explain what I'm doing there, I am taking off the winch at that point because I'm at the last, 6 inches. And then also you'll see I'll change the process. I'll push it, but then in this case, the ladder does stick past the end of the log. So I'm able to just ride it right to the very end. Normally, if the ladder had ended, I would have to kind of hold it upright. So from the Alaskan mill to when it comes off the ladder, sometimes it would bend down and change the angle. But here I'm fortunate that the ladder goes straight through past the log, and I can just carry it all the way through. I usually let the saw idle for, 1 or 2 minutes after it comes off the hard saw, just so it can cool down to regular idle heat instead of just turning it off right away, because it comes out of there pretty warmer than it normally would. And this I've always heard is good practice. So I just let it run for a little bit before I turn it off, and I'll take the ladder off, and then we'll roll this off, and you'll be able to see the nice piece of lumber underneath. This is my favorite part. This is like Christmas time to me. And so this is like I'm as giddy as a schoolboy when I get to roll this part off. So this is exciting to me. That went pretty good. Now for the reveal. This is the best part. I'm gonna try flopping it down on here. This will be easier said than done. Nice stuff, eh? Beauty. We'll make some beams out of this. Gorgeous. Now we'll do a 6-incher out of this one. Might as well keep cutting this. Yeah, let's do one more out of this. So I had to grab the other saw. There was a piece of wood in the way for where the saw would be going, and it would hit the power head of the saw. So I'm just cutting a branch. I think it was a log out of the way here. I'm just trying to see. I can't remember exactly what it is. Yeah, I think it's part of a log. And you'll see me throw it out of the way and then get back to milling. Now I have to cut the edges off because the mill can only cut right now the way it's set up with the saw with the bar on it. It can only cut between 27 and 28 inches, and this was just a scooch too big, just on the butt end of this log. So I'm just cutting a little bit of the bark off of both sides, and then I can get back to milling. There's always something to do to get it going. It never goes as planned. Just gotta roll with the punches. got the other ladder set up on that one. That was a little bit harder to do. It's got a wee, not bad. It's not bad. It's got a wee kinker in her, but I think that's the best we're gonna get her right now. Okay, let's watch this come down now. I'm gonna fill. Now for this particular log, you'll notice that I'm not hooking up the winch. It's probably on a 10 to 12 degree downhill, and I was cutting off a little part, so it didn't quite need the extra support of the winch, and it was just one less step in the process, but it was pretty easy pushing. So that's why I didn't use the winch here. I didn't forget. It was just easier not to do it with it. So now we're on to the third and final log. This is a little bit of a close-up shot of the smaller log at the end. That is a beast. And the reveal. I love those knots in it. Beautiful. Thanks for watching, everybody. Until next time.